Our weather pattern is about to shift in a major way, as multiple powerful storm systems are gearing up to sweep across the United States in the coming weeks. These systems could deliver a mix of snowfall, severe thunderstorms, some of the coldest air we've experienced so far this year, signaling that winter is fast approaching. In today's forecast, we'll break down everything you need to know about the weather events that will shape conditions across the country over the next 10 days. Current setup, at the moment, things remain relatively calm, though we do have an active low-pressure system spinning over the Ohio Valley, spreading cloud cover all the way to the Gulf Coast. Yesterday brought a burst of severe weather near Corpus Christi, where hail, up to 3 inches in diameter, fell just north of the city. Those storms have now drifted offshore, but another developing system in the southeast is set to bring heavy rainfall, localized flooding, and isolated strong storms tonight into tomorrow. Meanwhile, the northern plains and upper Midwest are blanketed in clouds, a trend likely to persist for the next day or two. For now, both the west coast and northeast remain quiet, but that tranquility won't last long. Tropical update: there's fantastic news for those watching the tropics. No tropical cyclone activity is expected over the next week. Melissa has officially transitioned into a post-tropical cyclone, now racing toward Iceland across the far northern Atlantic. While there's a slight chance of something developing near the Central American gyre over the next week or two, the odds of any tropical system impacting the U.S. are extremely low as we transition into a more wintry pattern. If this trend continues, it could mark the first hurricane season since 2015 without a single landfalling hurricane in the United States, an absolutely remarkable statistic. Massive pattern shift ahead now. Let's talk about what's coming. The jet stream is about to undergo a dramatic transformation. Currently, it's running strong across the northern plains with a modest dip in the southeast. Associated with that storm system producing showers and localized flooding as we move into midweek. The jet stream flattens into a zonal west to east flow, which typically signals a quiet weather phase. That's exactly what we'll experience for a few days, aside from the southeast. But by Thursday and Friday, we'll see the first signs of renewed action. A developing low-pressure system over Minnesota, Iowa, and Nebraska could spark showers, thunderstorms, and possibly even some severe weather. On the northern side, light snowfall isn't out of the question. Late week and next week outlook by Saturday and Sunday. Another weaker trough slides into the Midwest, potentially bringing light precipitation and a touch of wintry weather across the Ohio Valley then. Things get much more intriguing early next week, around Monday and Tuesday. Long-range data from the GFS model shows 2 significant dips in the jet stream, one across the northeast, ushering in a powerful surge of Arctic air. Temperatures there could plummet 15 to 25 degrees below average, possibly leading to the first measurable snowfalls of the season in parts of the Ohio Valley, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic. Another trough forming across the Rockies, which could set the stage for new storm development. That later tracks eastward. The bottom line, the calm before the storm is nearly over. A major weather shift is on the horizon, and by mid-November, winter's early preview may be knocking on the door across much of the U.S., a shift toward active weather if current trends continue. We could soon see a renewed surge of storm activity stretching across the northwest and northern plains, where both severe weather and snowfall are likely to develop. As we push into mid-November, the pattern becomes progressively more dynamic, setting the stage for frequent storm systems sweeping coast to coast by late November. We'll likely be discussing lake-effect snow around the Great Lakes and perhaps even widespread winter storm events across the lower 48. These systems may start out slow-moving, with 1 or 2 storms over the next week, but momentum will build. Expect a noticeable increase in activity by the middle and latter half of the month, signaling the true start of the winter transition phase. 7 to 10 day forecast breakdown. Back to the weather. Let's simplify the outlook for the next 7 to 10 days. Next 48 hours. Showers and thunderstorms will impact the mid-Atlantic and southeast, followed by a smaller system moving into the northeast Monday with scattered rainfall. Tuesday, Thursday. A ridge of high pressure builds across the Ohio Valley and southeast, bringing a brief warm-up and dry conditions through midweek. Friday, our next storm system takes shape, spreading snow across the northern plains and upper Midwest, while the Ohio Valley may see showers and isolated severe storms. Snow may also brush parts of southern Canada and northern New England. Saturday-Sunday. Forecast confidence decreases, but there's growing potential for light snow across Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, and the Dakotas, possibly the first measurable snowfall of the season for some. Next, week November 10th to 15th, models are hinting at a multi-storm setup, with colder air funneling into the central and eastern U.S. in temperatures running P-25 degrees Fahrenheit below average. Expect a temperature roller coaster, especially across the Northeast and Great Lakes, where bursts of cold air could be followed by brief warm-ups. Temperature trends right now. Below average temperatures dominate the East Coast and Ohio Valley, with chilly air extending through the Mississippi Valley. Warmer air is lingering across the West Coast and Northern Plains, but that won't last by mid to late week. Warmer than normal temperatures expand through the Great Plains and Midwest, while cold air reasserts itself in the Northeast by Friday and Saturday. Some areas could plunge 20 degrees below average, setting the stage for the coldest air of the season so far. Rare November freeze potential. Unusual cold snap may drive freezing temperatures deep into the south, reaching as far as central Mississippi and western Tennessee. Some areas near the Gulf Coast could experience frost or near-freezing lows, while highs stay in the 60s. Across the rest of the country, it'll feel like true fall, with crisp air from coast to coast and even some 80s to low 90s across the desert Southwest by Tuesday morning. The Southeast begins to warm again, but the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast will dip into the upper 30s and low 40s, with widespread freezes across the northern plains. Looking ahead, all signs point toward a busy November. The jet stream will strengthen, cold fronts will dive deeper south, and the setup for frequent winter-style storms is coming together. It's only a matter of time before we see significant snowfall, Arctic air outbreaks, and potential severe weather return to the spotlight. Final thought, thank you for tuning in to today's forecast. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming winter forecast special, which drops in just a few days. Model guidance, GFS, and European outlook here. What the GFS model is projecting through midweek and beyond. By Wednesday and Thursday, widespread snowfall potential begins to emerge, particularly across the Northeast, with lighter snows filtering back through the Canadian prairies and northern plains. The European model mirrors that setup, hinting at a developing snowstorm into late week as upper-level energy dives into the central states. We're still a long way out, but the signals are growing stronger for a meaningful early-season snow event in parts of the northern and eastern U.S. Western storm, heavy rain, wind, and Sierra snowed out west. The focus shifts to an impressive Pacific storm. Expect strong winds, heavy mountain snow, and soaking rain spreading into the Sierra Nevada and northern Rockies as snow levels drop through the weekend. By late weekend, rain and mountain snow expand into the Pacific Northwest with gusty conditions along the coast. Meanwhile, high pressure keeps the central U.S. mostly quiet and sunny, with only a few stray showers skirting the upper Midwest and Great Lakes. And a huge thank you again to Free Cash 4, sponsoring today's video. Click the top link below for your $5 sign-up bonus. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.